Hi, I'm Stephanie Madsen, the Sustainability Specialist for the town of Falmouth. What we have going on here is an EV fair, an EV event, electric vehicle event. What we wanted to do was showcase how electric vehicles and then plug-in electric vehicles, which we call PHEVs, work. It's an educational forum. It's for the townspeople to come and learn as much as they can about EVs and PHEVs. We have the Energy Committee here. We have the FalCAN Climate Action Network has a table as well. We have Green Energy Consumer Alliance here to answer questions. They also have an amazing portal that helps you figure out how to buy a new EV or a used EV or PHEV. We also have ambassadors here. So you'll see a slew of cars over here where townspeople brought their EVs and PHEVs that they love, and they're sharing with the public what they love about it. They're letting people sit in their car, they're explaining how many miles it gets on battery, then explaining how some can turn into a hybrid vehicle after that. Some of the vehicles are all electric. How many miles can they go? Can they go to Boston and back without having any worry about an EV charger? We also have lots of information about how to install an EV charger at your home, where to find public EV chargers in town. We have a fast charger right over here at Peg Noonan parking lot. There's 2 ports. And then we also installed level 2 chargers, which are stepped down from the fast chargers, but they're still fast. There are 6 brand new ones over by Depot Ave across from the bus station. So we really want to make it easy for people to make the transition from a gas vehicle or diesel vehicle to an electric vehicle or an electrical hybrid vehicle. We have to make it easier for people or that transition won't happen. And the whole goal is to reduce greenhouse gas emissions so everybody has healthier, cleaner air to breathe.
Good morning, my name is Anna. I work with a local nonprofit called Green Energy Consumers Alliance, and we're putting on this event today with Falmouth to share more information about electric vehicles and how you can lower your fuel and maintenance costs and also your emissions by making the switch to an electric vehicle. We've got information about the state More EV rebate. The state of Massachusetts has a rebate for the purchase or lease of a new or used electric vehicle. So we're sharing information about that. We've got a bunch of vehicles here available for test drive, and then a bunch of individual people showing off their personal vehicles, explaining and sharing what their life has been like with an electric vehicle. So hopefully getting the good word out about the cars and making sure people are aware that there's a lot more options than I think most people realize.
Tell me a little bit more about your organization, Green Energy Consumers Alliance.
Yes, so we are a private nonprofit. Next year will be our 45th year in existence. Our mission is all about empowering consumers and communities to speed a just transition to a zero carbon world, which means basically we have a bunch of programs and services that help people access clean energy technologies. So we do a lot of education around electric vehicles, solar, batteries, energy efficiency. But then we also do public policy advocacy in Massachusetts and Rhode Island to make sure that we have policies on the books and are also implementing those policies to make it easier for people to make the switch to all of these technologies.
And your website?
Is www.greenenergyconsumers.org. And I will also say that if you want to learn more about the state rebate, you should go to www.mor-ev.org.
And it sounds like from your description that you said that you spend 12% on human needs, and that's less than what you spent on the car.
Yeah.
Time-wise.
Yeah. I mean, on a road trip like that, I mean, I'm not the kind who straps on the adult diapers and drives for 8 hours straight. I stop every 3 hours 2 hours, whatever, to use the facilities and to eat.
But basically, the car is less needy.
Yes, yeah, and the trick with this is when you decide where to stop,
Right.
just be sure that where you stop has the charging.
Be strategic.
And yes, and that requires a little more planning than it would in a gas car, but that's the key to
The
it.
chargers with that take different times. Is that right?
Yeah, well, charging can take anywhere from like over a day, like from 0 to full, to it's 20 minutes for an 10% to 80% charge on the fastest DC fast chargers, and that 10% to 80% figure is a common one in the industry because on these DC fast chargers, the charging rate slows down the faster you get to full. So it takes 20 minutes, 10 to 80%. It'd probably take another 20 minutes to go from 80% to 100%,
Right.
maybe more than that.
So sometimes you're better off leaving at the 80% and charging at the next place.
Right.
Yeah, I get you. Do you like this more or the same as your Tesla?
They've got different advantages and disadvantages.
Okay.
The Tesla's computer technology is better, including the cell phone app.
Oh.
Its route planner is better. It's more thorough. This one gets the job done, but it's just not as good. So there's a lot of, also Tesla's design philosophy is to like automate as much as possible. So you get into a Tesla and, for instance, there's no on-off button to push. You just put your foot on the brake, put it into gear, and you drive away. With this car, I get in, I put my foot on the brake, I have to push the on-off button, and then I drive away. Now, that's a minor thing, but multiply 1,000 times, and it starts to become more noticeable and more important. So that's what I'd say is the difference in the technology between the two. But in terms of like ride quality, the Tesla is more fun to drive, but this one is more comfortable to drive.
Okay, I think my wife would favor the comfort over the pizzazz.
Yeah. So that's a personal preference issue. You can get used to either one. The Model 3 is a sedan. This one's a hatchback. Of course, if you were doing an apples to apples comparison, you'd probably compare this to a Model Y rather than a Model 3. But I mean, they've got different advantages and disadvantages.
We have a hybrid Toyota Cross, and when I step off the brake, it slowly starts driving, which is kind of your expectation from a gas engine, right? And I think that's mimicked.
Yeah.
It's an EV. Is that
Yeah,
the same
most EVs do have, they generally call it creep mode, where you take your foot off the brake and it starts moving forward. Before I got into EVs, I drove manual transmission cars, which did not have that. So I find that infuriating when that happens. And fortunately, all the EVs I have enable you to disable that feature. So yeah, mine does not creep, given the way I normally set it up. But it can if you prefer that. That behavior.
When you're charging, can you run the HVAC to maintain comfort?
Yes, although I very rarely sit in my car when I'm charging it. Certainly at home, I plug in and I go into my home. On a road trip, I will typically plug in and then go and get a meal or use the facilities, whatever.
So it's nice it'd be nice to be able to run the HVAC.
Yes, that's another thing where Tesla excels. They have something called dog mode. And you put it in dog mode and it keeps the air conditioning on, and it puts a big banner up on the display that says, my owner will be back soon. The interior temperature is, whatever it is, 68 degrees or something. This car does not have dog mode. There is kind of an ugly, clunky workaround where you put it into what's called utility mode, and you roll down the window, close the door, and then you reach in and pull the lever to roll the window up, and it'll stay in utility mode, and then you can lock the car and walk away.
So
But it doesn't have the display on it.
Got it.
So I guess you could put something
Sure.
on a sheet of paper, but
Yeah.
not as easy to use, not as sophisticated.
Interesting.
I think Rivian also has a pet mode or dog mode or something.
In your road trip, what was your experience finding available chargers and usable hardware?
It's very easy because the car's navigation will find them for you, and there are also apps you can run on your cell phone that will find charging for you. So you just put in your destination, and for instance, I use an app called a Better Route Planner, and that'll say, charge here, here, and here, and you just follow that plan and you're good. Once you get more comfortable with it, you can fine-tune that better, or even if you're not that comfortable with it, if it's saying to stop at, like, I don't know, a car dealership, you probably don't want to be charging at a car dealership, especially if it's like 10 p.m. So you can look at that and look around and say, oh, this one, 2 miles down the road is much better for my purposes today, and change it.
Hi, I'm Katie. This is Bessie. She's a 2025 first edition EV Buzz, and she is, I've had her for about a year, and I absolutely adore her. She makes people smile. Fully electric, gets about 230 to 250 miles on a full charge, massage, heating and cooling in the front seat. So talk about spoiled. And really easy to adapt and move things around. The coolest part is that the whole base of the vehicle, the whole floor, is the battery. That's a big battery. And she can hold a lot of energy. What else do you want to know?
Have you taken her anywhere?
Yeah, so really soon after we first got her, this time last year, we went to Portland, Maine. So from a full charge, we went to Portland and back. We only stopped once to charge for about 20 minutes. That's all we needed, which was pretty cool. She's been to New Jersey and Philadelphia and upstate New York. So she's doing pretty good. Yeah. The lowest I've gotten her battery is to 3%, which made some of my passengers really nervous, but she performed beautifully. So, yeah.
And it's a big vehicle?
It is, yeah. People carrier, 6 seats. Everybody gets their own sort of cup holder, charging port, adjustable. The 2 middle seats also have heating function. So when it gets really cold, a lot more efficient to charge from the seat than from the air.
This is the new Subaru Uncharted that was released a few months ago. This is the second EV in the Subaru lineup, and it's meant for your daily commute and any off-roading that you might be able to do with its high ground clearance and symmetrical all-wheel drive, and it keeps you comfortable during drives as well. And we're really excited about this car. We're very excited to see how it does, and yeah.
All electric?
It's all electric. It gets up to 270 miles of range on this GT. There's certain trim levels that go north of 300 as well.
And what's the interior like?
So the interior, this particular car comes with what is called StarTex, and it's a soft-to-the-touch vegan material. It feels like leather, while still remaining stain and puncture resistant. You get a big screen for your navigation, and then you also have your dash screen that shows you all your safety functions and speed. What's nice about Subarus is they've tried to make a Subaru that just happens to be electric. Whether it's the driving habits or the way the screen works, the gear selector, all of it is something you would find in any other car, right? They haven't tried to make anything fancier or too crazy, right? It's just a Subaru that happens to be electric. So it's very familiar for past customers to get in. They've really tried to overcome any hurdles that clients might have when it comes to EVs?
I sat in this car and I was like, yeah, this is the car. It was just very, very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. For me. And I have certain standards because I have back issues and stuff like that. So I can't have a really deep pocket seat or something like that. You know?
Well, and I'm not complaining, but my wife is shorter than you are. So that's a very important thing.
Yeah. And it worked well for both of us because we have, you know, he's 6'2" and I'm 5'5", you know, so it worked out well that we had enough leg room if we were going to spend a lot of time in the car. So, yeah. But I started to say the learning curve was, you know, there's no key. All the bells, literally bells and whistles on the car has been, and all of the sensors and all of the cameras and stuff like that that help you drive. Like this has what they call a driver assistance.
Yeah.
So it tells you, well, it senses where you are in the lane. And if you start to drift out of the lane, it'll gently steer you back to the center again. There's also, you know, like if you have, I probably shouldn't say this, but, you know, if you have like, I don't know, you have to fix something quickly, you can take both hands off the wheel and it'll still drive straight. And then you just put your hands back on the wheel again, you know. So it's been learning about all the electronics and the sensors and stuff like that, simply because it's been a while.
You've been learning about the fact that it's really a computer on wheels.
It's a computer on wheels. Yes, yeah, computer on wheels. But yeah, but it took us out to, you know, Montana and Wyoming, and with no regrets, no like, you know, we got caught someplace in the middle of nowhere because we were in the middle of nowhere sometimes.
But you could always do gas.
But but even the, you know, like gas stations weren't around or electric wasn't around. So I mean, even with gas, if you're going to take a really long distance trip, you still have to sort of like plan a little bit as to if you're going places that are really remote, you do have to plan for, you know, whatever the range of your car is, and that there's going to be a gas station before you run out of whether it's electric or whether it's gas, you know?
Yeah.
So,
That's cool.
yeah, it worked good. It worked good.
My name's Anthony Rigetto. I'm here representing Tracy Volkswagen in the ID4. What we have here is the Pro S model. It is all-wheel drive. It has an 85 kilowatt hour battery, which is your main drive battery for the drive units. And it does have an electric motor in the front and one in the rear as well. You do get a very decent amount of cargo space as well. And you get a tow hitch for 2,500 pounds of towing capacity underneath there. You also get your charge cables included with the vehicle. In any 2026 model year, you do get a Volkswagen built and branded NACS adapter to CCS combo, which means you can use the Tesla style charger system. And also, a lot of EVs do not come with a spare tire. It comes with something that is called a spare inflator tire kit, which has basically fix-a-flat within the inflation system. This is a 5-seater vehicle. This is what's in the pure gray color with a navy blue and light gray interior. And you do have a middle pass-through that you can see from the back as well. This vehicle is an estimated MSRP without dock, title, reg, tax, and Massachusetts state sales tax of $55,665. That is the MSRP from factory. And this gets about 200 on a full 100% charge of 258 miles of range. And also, in this vehicle, you get your heated and ventilated seats, you do get front massaging seats, and you do get a heated steering wheel. And your center screen is a 12-inch display. You do get wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay as well. And this is your instrument cluster here as well. And then your lights controls are here as well. The one caveat of this vehicle is there is no front trunk. All your storage space is in the back. You can drop the rear seats. It is a 60-40 split. All your components are under here. Your drive unit is under here, and all your other necessities for service. But yeah, it's a great vehicle. If you want to come buy one, come see Anthony Rigetto down at Tracy Volkswagen. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
This is nice and heavy too, the battery in it, because it's heavier and it handles the snow really, really well.
Longer than
But in the summer, we can get 53 electric miles on this. So I work at Town Hall, so I'm driving from my house in Falmouth back and forth. I can get a couple trips. We charge at home. Do you have a charger at home?
Yeah, we have a
Trade that one
charger
in.
and we have tons of solar panels.
Oh.
So that's why I picked the Rivian.
So that's great.
But we get range anxiety when we travel, so that's why I want to.
What you might like about this
Plug-in
car
hybrid.
is
But then when you
there's a PHEV button. So when we're driving to Milton, Mass, to go see my mom, we press the PHEV button. We have a full tank of gas and then full battery, and it's a hybrid the whole way. We don't even use up the battery, and we get close to 100 miles per gallon. It's great. So we could get to Boston and back without a problem, without range anxiety. That's what I like about the PHEV. But our next vehicle is going to, the second vehicle will be all electric. So as long as we have one that can go far, a PHEV, and then the other one, and the prices are really coming down.